outside of Travis Start is going to be the 13. Karsten. Very close lap times.
Still waiting for Travis Start and Philip Chavez to
separate the lap times of both of those drivers. Next row hosts Jerry Claude and Jonathan Berg, starting 7th and 8th respectively.
Yeah.
And then
Charlotte.
top 10 are both Heatherly Telemack.
Good luck, everyone.
As well as the number 3 of Ryan Lynch.
Everyone's gridded. You have additional seconds.
Definitely hear the
we can hold him.
Obvious rumble of the cars here.
Tonight, fellas. Oh, damn.
You'll hear it even more here as we start to roll the cars off here momentarily. Starting in the 11th, it's going to be Philip Chavez, and the 101, William Duff, starts in the 12th place position. The 12th place position, number 17 machine.
Hey, Travis, anyway, we can make this.
I may not be good at Charlotte.
13th, the last driver's that time.
This is a custom setup. I didn't get a chance to run the long run.
15th is going to be the number 72 of Daniel McConnell. Dave McConnell for
given the track temp.
One reason or another, not able to make
130. I got a setup that I'm hoping will work, but that's all I got is a hope. Hey, Derek.
I thought that 50
I just spun out during my qualifying. Well, not spun all the way out, but slipped to the inside wall out of 2 on the qualifying lap. That's why I'm in 4th.
See, Michael Thorpe Sr. is in the chat as per usual. Of course, rooting on his son, Michael Thorpe Jr., who has also been consistent.
Couldn't hold all that Chevrolet in power.
I believe last week, 3rd place at Darlington. So don't count out that number 34. Luckily, in the bottom right-hand side, we also have the live championship standings. Well, I say bottom right-hand side.
I'm going to be loose.
Right-hand side, so that will come up
off the start here.
Updating.
Yeah, watch the first lap.
These drivers.
Definitely going to be loose.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be loose for 2 laps.
Ran 200 laps here last night with Shake and Bake.
Let's take the.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
And let's listen to the call for the green.
Green, green, green.
Talk about wheel spin. Oh my goodness.
Did not go. You are clear low. You're clear low.
Has it gone out, and of course immediately, just like that, a little bit of chaos at the start. A few drivers.
I knew the turns were going to be loose. I didn't know the start was going to be loose.
Wall, the 8 of Brian McCann got a little bit loose.
Yeah. 28 outside. That's your door. Left still there on your tight. On your tight. Hold your line. Drag race off. Still outside, door.
Nice.
You're ahead by a nose and clear, sir. Good job.
And Brian McCann, Zachary Lovelace will lead the first lap here at Charlotte.
Oh, I know why. I forgot to. I still got my qualify. Hold on.
So Thorpe definitely not going to be letting this.
Oh, good. Thank God. I still have my qualify settings in. I was wondering why the car was driving weird.
Caution is out already. First car.
Oh, wow.
Up front, guys. I got all.
Philip Chavez and Daniel McConnell had some kind of an issue there.
Free oval race, but that on lap number 2 says.
There we go.
No. One driver stopped in the back. That is Heatherly Telemack getting towed.
I basically had no force feedback. Now I got force feedback.
Oh.
We will go ahead and rewind and see what happened here in the back.
Talking to me?
1 and 2. Doug Pierce
we hit
up on the back. A little bit of damage on the front end.
No, you didn't hit. No.
Thought he said Brian.
Let's see. This is coming out of turn number 4. Heatherly Telemack was involved up ahead. Oh, I think I see where the contact was.
See that, Brian? Derek's wife has a foot fetish. She likes your feet.
Chavez involved. I believe that is.
I heard.
Claude Ryan Lynch, I think, somehow snuck through.
No, we're good, Tony.
Goodness. Well, we'll go ahead and take a look here. We're winding a little bit too far back, but we'll take a look one more time. See. Oh, wow. So that's what happened.
I don't even know what Tony's talking about. What is Tony talking about?
Off turn number 4. Maybe had steering.
Just that hard racing we were doing?
I missed it.
Unintentionally
we may have touched. I don't know.
Contact they all tried to avoid. The 101 was involved. Daniel McConnell also involved. Heavy damage.
Yeah, that start was crazy. I was so close to spinning there off that green. 75 is the stage.
Yeah, I was all over, and then back the wall, and then
no caution though.
Just nowhere to go. William Duff just getting by. Same with Ryan Lynch.
I don't know who it
150
was
laps.
from someone in the outside lane spun their tires.
You'll
Shit,
ride on
had to check
board
up on the
these two
outside lane.
drivers.
Hey, we don't gotta name names. Might have been me.
Oh, I was right there too, man. That thing was spinning.
Oh, wow. William Duff was just luckily in the right place at the right
Yeah,
time.
that's really start too. I kind of stopping good.
And then Ryan Lynch, who apparently had the drive of his life.
Yeah, that's what happened to me because
Like this.
I got
the green
gas
came out.
so
I hit the
slow.
gas. Nobody in front of me went.
To start, I went
So I
from
had to let off.
45 to 50 to 75. I think I'm gonna start in fourth gear.
Oh, man.
Not pointing out names, but it rhymes with Tony Kent. But I don't know.
See what that was like from the external angle. There is the 88. Just
I still
maybe
blame
maybe a
the
scratch,
the
if
chat
anything,
that gave us.
for the right rear quarter panel
Yeah, I mean, I went into
of
one in
Ryan
practice,
Lynch.
like,
That
just my
is how
normal
close
line,
that
and
was. We were right on board the
absolutely lost
88.
the hell out of it. Check the
And that's why I
50
about spun off the start too, because I didn't have any feel in my steering wheel,
One
make the
degree.
punt.
And this
so I couldn't pre-catch it. I had to catch it late.
This was a good race before they fucked up the setup. Because we did recruitment race here and it was a pretty good race. But yeah, I
you don't even hear the
totally
contact between the
liked
two.
out
That
the weather
is
changing when we had to switch over to iRacing.
that is wild.
The freaking all the custom setups are just useless now for everybody. Like every person that makes.
So if
setups
anything,
has to,
just a scratch on the
not
right rear
relearn how
quarter
to make
panel,
setups,
number
but they have
3.
to,
But
like, make
5
them different
cars,
right
well,
now.
3 of them severely damaged. 5
Honestly,
involved. Jonathan
think it
Bird decided
kind of
to
helped
go
because
into
that might
pit
have been
road
our
to
first,
take
like,
a
natural
regular pit
caution
stop.
of, like what, 4 or 5
A
races.
little bit early on, but
He ain't wrong.
Already crazy to start.
Yeah, I think Motegi was the last time we had a caution. Could be wrong, but I think it was Motegi.
see how things fare for the rest of tonight. It looks like Daniel McConnell's damage is too much. He has just now decided
I'll
to
look at
pull behind the virtual
the other
wall
races we're
into
at
the
and switch the
garage.
setup and put the
And that
weather
is
down,
really
put it
unfortunate.
maybe
Coming
like
to the series a
110s
couple
or
weeks
something
ago,
like that.
Daniel McConnell just not having a lot of luck.
All right, Brian, watch the restart.
Sure, one of these days he will be able to
Pace cars off.
show solid
I hope they go this time.
Coming into the restart zone.
is of the rest of these drivers. That's
Ready, go, go, go.
green once again.
Good job, sir.
Leader got a little squirrely,
Loose on the
but he stayed in it.
You are clear low if you want it.
Loose on the restart was the 33 of Lovelace, but he did keep it under control. Michael Thorpe fighting him on the outside lane as we go through turns 3 and 4. Turns 1 and 2, rather. Exit of turn 2, down the back straight. Now we go turns 3 and 4. And Michael Thorpe Jr. is in the lead here at Charlotte. I keep saying this every single time.
Outside.
I'm saying it every single time.
Right front door.
Once again, just
He let you go. Clear.
to each other. These two seem to find each other on the racetrack a lot.
Don't burn him up, Brian.
Brian McCann might be finding the lead here momentarily in a few laps, depending on how his momentum.
Yeah, he's definitely saving. He knows the long run too.
The championship
Yeah.
standings. That is where Michael Thorpe Jr.
Yep.
were
That's what it's going to be. That's why I said don't burn him up. You're going to need him.
locked in. Telling Brent would be ahead of Travis Start still
Might need to go one more click.
points as things stand, but we still have a long race ahead of us, and we still have the stages ahead of us as well. We'll keep this up for about another lap or two, see how things fare, see, dare I say, where Michael Thorpe Jr. will drop to if he does get passed by the 8 of Brian McCann. Through turns 3 and 4, smooth and controlled. Lovelace has settled into third. Again, the drivers that are labeled in red, at least in terms of the
Good exit off two.
graphic, they are locked in. So all they can really do is just add to the win tally, and that is exactly what both Cameron Sargent and Brian McCann have been doing the past couple weeks.
You just ran the fastest lap so far.
Very interestingly, once McCann is called to the back bumper, not really able to close the gap.
Not necessarily a good thing. I don't feel like I'm burning them up. Man, love
because Mike Thorpe just took it from you by 2/100ths.
And it's definitely a challenge to do so here.
Lovelace is definitely
dirty air,
not pushing it.
Coming off the back of the car.
No.
4 in this case. So there's pass.
He's got enough air on his nose. I got to rethink my strategy here.
Getting passed by William Duff. I think Ryan Lynch was well the groove, not exactly hard to smell.
If he keeps pushing up like that a little bit, you'll be able to wrap the bottom, or you can go a little bit higher.
I say off the pace a lot more.
There's a lot of momentum on the high side.
He doesn't have damage. He definitely didn't get hit in the first crash. So I do wonder if he's having some type of other issue in the meantime. We'll wait and see how the pace fares. This is going to be a key thing as well for both Pierce, Telemac, and Chavez. Where
that's how you do it right there.
We are done with the repairs.
Oh my goodness, that makes a big difference.
I was going to say,
position
looked really, really good.
He's out. He is out, but scored ahead.
I bet that's what Lovelace has been doing this entire time.
3 drivers because he is only 8 laps down. Doug Pierce is 9 laps down.
Yep, just saving.
Heavily in Chavez.
Well, it's a different way to drive it.
They're still sitting in pit road. They're still repairing their cars. But they do have a chance to gain at least 1 extra point.
Let him go and run him back down when he's completely done.
In fact, if we bring up the championship again, look at that cut line where Chavez in this case could use the points. Same for Doug Pierce. Especially the points that they are currently scored in. Especially, even more so, if there's any more wrecks I would bring out, that would take out a couple other drivers, then Pierce could sneak his way into the top 10 and just inch his way closer to the cut line of P12.
There you go.
Things fair in the meantime.
Right front.
Off of turn 2.
Door.
On that left.
Side by side.
Can, who makes it.
On you tight. He got a little tight. Washed up a little bit. He's still there. Door.
Right back in the middle.
Big drag race off. He's still outside.
It's off to number 4. The outside line providing a slight advantage towards Michael Thorpe Jr. The McCann sticks with about half the car along.
He's trying to get back in it. Nothing there. Still side by side.
Oh, this is killing the tires.
Jumping up and down the standings as they switch positions in real time. We saw that Thorpe would fall to about 7th or 8th. Were he to fall back to 2nd.
Still side.
Lovelace is loving this.
Well, so maybe wonder.
There you go.
In this case, the
yep.
I would say the 1,000
next set around. Try to maybe run them up track a little bit if you can.
You're going
still side by side.
If I remember reading the rules correctly, actually,
make them enter a little bit higher.
The point standings get reset.
All right, still pinching you down.
Might be
right front.
I might be misremembering that for a different
right front still
series. But
he's clear.
Side by side between these two, McCann slides up, not able to get the traction off turn 4. He still keeps his nose to the inside. McConnell has decided to, I wouldn't say re-enter his car, but he is letting it repair. He has stepped out of the car. His car is still in pit road, still getting repairs. McConnell is back in the sim, so still a chance for him to retain that spot that he has right now. Let's take a look through the field. Lovelace is caught back up, try to start, and Hunter Carson 4th and 5th as of right now. Tony Brentson comfortably in the 6th place position.
There you go.
Starting as well comfortably 2nd.
Messed me up when he kind of stayed high.
Took a pit stop only 4
big runoff,
but figured, well, might as well since the opportunity is there. Tony Brent was running the outside lane there. I'm going to go back to William Duff, who I'd say in a good way is a little bit on his own. I'd say this is a positive for the 17. He has been consistently around
what he's thinking
for the past few races. In this case, with everyone all kind of grouped up together in first through eighth, I'd say this is a good speed.
He's thinking he's trying to keep that low, but he's starting to push up.
I've gotten his pace back under control as well. He was 2/10 faster than William Duff.
Coming to lap 20.
So 3 is performing once again, making consistent lap times. The average lap time through the field is about a 32.85, I would say. So things still at play here at Charlotte. Again, lap 75 is when the stage is scheduled to end. The completion of lap 75, more accurately. So
is it clear?
It's to lap 76.
Yeah, he's burning his right front up. He just slid in that turn.
Ryan McCann wants those extra stage points, or wants the extra stage point. At this point, I think it's just for fun, but Thorpe hanging on to the lead incredibly well. Just running his own line, calm, cool, collected. And Lovelace is not too far behind.
How close am I getting to that wall?
Yeah, you're pretty close.
Keep thinking I'm in the cup car.
Definitely not.
Once again, peeking to the inside of turn 2. No rights. Side by side for 5th are both Tony Brent and Hunter Karsten. Karsten looks to the inside. Brent trying to run the middle. Trying to do the best that he can. He does defend. A successful
Messed up that one.
Tony Brent. Off turn 4.
That's great, so did he.
Is that Lovely falling off?
He's about 3/10 now.
Looks like he was slow out of that turn too.
Saw some smoke off the outside wall down the back straight.
He's pulling on us now.
To the outside wall. And so checking on the lead once again. Ford with a very defensive line through the quad oval on the front straightaway. And
That was a good entry.
He cut off any and all opportunities for Brian McCann to get to the inside.
I can pass him, maybe.
To go defensive on the back.
We got some difference between our tires right now. It's just I hate to burn more off. See, now we're even again.
When you don't know how long the run's going to be.
How many more laps we got on these tires? 40? Okay.
Very interesting. Jared Claude is in pit row and has been for the last 3 minutes.
All right, right front.
I wanted to get more run than that. We got to try it, though.
Door. Still outside.
To the inside goes.
He's holding Jeppe. Still outside.
He's fighting hard.
Maybe a little bit of a slide.
Yeah, he's pinching you down.
He gets the lead at the line. 34.
Way down on you. He drifted up just a little bit. You're in the stay door.
He's here.
He's going to have the advantage on the exit.
Here.
And you're clear.
Heading into turn 3.
I got to pass him on the outside.
So when I say that, McCann falls back in line on 34. Jared Claude is in pit road again. Now I know why. Now I remember why the 46 had to go to pit road. The reason being is 46 had nailed the outside wall off turn 4. And then was also caught up in the opening lap crash. He's been able to keep going. Figures only put some new tires on it and go from there. And a little bit of an update as well in terms of some of these drivers. Doug Pierce back out on the racetrack after 14 minutes, 20 seconds of repairs. He moves himself up ahead of Daniel McConnell.
winning too hard.
At this point, just waiting for his car to be finished repaired.
Yeah, you definitely hear those tires.
Car was missing when we got caught up, so I would say it's a pretty big challenge for that number 72 to come out on track again, but we'll see how things go in due time throughout this race. They're a little bit spread out, but things are definitely ebbing and flowing, to say the least. Lovelace and Travis start. Still have second and first in their sights. I guess more accurately, the entire top 8 have each other on their sides.
Lovelace is still about 3/10 back. Travis Dart just about half second.
8. And granted, it's still a long way to go, but I'm calm, cool, collected. Unless you're Travis Dart, which in that case, they're trying to run the outside lane.
I don't know how I can get to his outside.
As they go through turns 1 and 2, now through turns 3 and 4, when the outside lane, Dart may have found something.
Ooh, it's spun off that entire turn.
Something. He's definitely trying to find a different lane, catch up a little bit, and I'd say it's pretty successful because not only is Lovelace,
He held on to it.
but Dart has also caught up as well. I think Lovelace spotted that. Tried to run the outside lane, but didn't really want to cut off 26. This is quite intriguing. In fact, down the back straightaway, I thought the 26 is going to make a move, but this is good.
There you go. He pushed up big that time.
The second lane. And so is Michael Ford Jr.
There you go. Inside. He got loose all the way through the tri-oval.
Twice. I think he's still
There you go, Brian. Your turn to pinch him down.
out. He is a little bit lit up.
Inside.
And to the outside.
Right with you.
McCann.
Momentum is all yours. Left rear trying to drag you back. Hopefully Netco didn't take a flight to Charlotte because that would be all she wrote if they did.
Successful into turn 3. They near the
Still inside.
It's a 34th.
He's getting loose, trying to hold it down.
He's trying to.
He got loose. He's lost. He's gonna be under threat from the 33 now. All you, new leader, 8 car.
Lovelace will go around the outside. Battle for the lead is not over just yet. Here comes.
I just about lost it.
The outside.
33 coming up fast.
I had to block that.
Yep.
Thank goodness he didn't hit me.
And gets shot.
All right, 34 left rear.
Door gets shot in his face by the 8. Does he make
33 going to give you a little bit of a push off.
the inside lane?
You are clear.
Yes. This is allowing Travis Dart as well.
I'm trying.
The 28 of Brent and the 1 of Cameron Sarton to catch up. Remember, 5 different winners.
Which one? Which Dale? Dale Senior or Dale Junior?
We got both of them.
League, as we watch this battle between the 34.
All right, I got that right rear cooled down now.
We could again.
That's what killed me in that 1-2 turn.
All right.
And Thorpe both trying to say, well, how about no? There's the 88 of heavily telematic making laps on the apron, going back into pit road, trying to feel the car out.
All right, now that you got that clean air and you got a pretty good line, you're pulling away a little bit.
26 of Dart running the outside lane, Tony Brent.
Once he gets to me, he's going to take the air off my spoiler. That hurts big time.
Chose not to set a qualifying time. That put him into P14, second to last. At this point, I think he does it for fun because he is every time.
I don't know. This is going to be hard to hold here.
His way through the field. As Thorpe is well to the outside lane.
All right, well, you got 4 laps to lap 40.
Still holds on to it. Needs to cool the tires down very desperately. Dart goes through. Here comes Sarton. Tony Brent is also going to make his way through. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the left rear of that car, not the right rear, is absolutely on fire for that 34 machine. Into the outside wall goes Tony Brent.
33, very, very loose off from center up.
Through the
Yeah, it is. It is hard to drive.
Yes.
Yeah.
drifting off of turn 4 and still trying to keep the car in control.
We're all drifting.
Yep.
And what a save it was. I was a little bit worried that we would see what happened to Iowa once again from 34, where he slowed down corner entry, overcorrected, and then spun right into the outside wall, but managed to hold on to it this time, especially with all the real estate available.
Hold on to it, Brian. Hold on to it. Good job. All right, looking inside.
Had a chance to see, and that is the 8 of Brian McCann against the 33.
That's your door.
Place especially.
Side by side all the way through.
Place had flown through at the Red Bull ring. A very
He got a little loose too, so it's going to bring you right back up to him. Yeah. Back side by side.
That Lovelace will attempt to pass for the lead here.
He's all the way down on the white line.
That's just absolutely incredible to see.
And he's clear.
Charlotte, no doubt, Lovelace's favorite track at this point, by the looks of this. A little bit of a slide.
I don't think these wheel settings are right.
Lovelace to get by. So 33 for the first time.
Caution's out.
The Red Bull ring has taken the lead, and caution.
Looks like something happened with Mike Thorpe, maybe, and William Duff.
Why? And that is a little bit of a concern. The left front of Michael Thorpe Jr.
All right, so let's
moving.
Get you all set up here. I think you already were.
Out here.
Yes, I'll leave your
perfect time.
Windshield tear up alone.
If you ask me, good time for him.
Thank you.
Relax.
Yep, you're all set.
Second lead, potentially.
Yep.
Will
give you back your spotter.
Much like most other drivers, will probably pit.
We're going to have to make a change,
open, so
I believe, after I look at these tires.
Happened to the 34 Michael Thorpe Jr. This is through turns 3 and 4. Remember, pinch for a long while that the left rear of the car was pretty much setting itself alight, and there it snaps again. A little bit of snap oversteer, and Ryan Lynch gets caught up in it.
So that was just somebody losing on their own.
Full view.
So everybody's having the same problem I am. So I think
and
the 3 looks relatively.
With my settings, it's harder to drive that, I believe.
That is no doubt a little bit of heartbreak there for Ryan Lynch. It's right on board and see.
But I know what I need to do, so.
Yeah, just nothing that Ryan Lynch could do. I think Lynch had actually saved it.
What pit number is he?
Here, the number 3 tries to go low, locks up the brakes, and just holds on to it to avoid further damage. So the 3 of Lynch, he might be okay. All the drivers are in pit road here. Everyone except, actually, well, I think it's pretty much everyone. Everyone except maybe Doug Pierce.
Ready.
That's it, go.
Come.
So many people in pit road are live timing is.
Well, the tires were actually not that bad.
Let's see who gets off pit road first.
I know what we need to do now.
McCann, Dart.
Could have been worse.
I believe Lynch, shockingly. And
yeah, I can do it. No. Actually, I'll just leave it where it's at because it's going to get tighter. The track's going to get tighter. But
let's see.
I'm pretty sure I know what we need to do here.
That's how things fare.
I wonder if anybody else is going to do it.
The first round of pit stops, luckily, I would say, under
track temp's 136.
Catch the 33 car.
Holy cow.
Plus we
air temp 87.
You go ahead and
sim time just about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
The advertisements from a few of the
that track is bacon.
Full Send Racing Association, that would be Buckhaker and TWRS. The link for On the Throttle as well. At least for all 3.
Yeah, they are very slow. I'll pay them in Oreos.
We are interested in checking out what they are all about.
I got it on the right side of my car. It's on the right side of my car, right? Oreos.
Depending on if we go 1 to green.
Yeah, it's on the right side. And AC Delco on the left.
Yeah.
Looks to be a no on the 1 to green, so indeed we'll be back momentarily.
But you know what? She's not wrong. Leader's pit time was a 14:87. The guy behind him was a 67. Behind him was a 14:38. Yours was a 15:03. Tony Brent's was a 22. 16:70 for Cam Sarton. 16:43 for William Duff. So not as slow as some, but not as fast as some others.
Guy Racing Series.
The mechanic
I'm gonna guess it's in Mario's.
Probably compete for it. Or you could at least get to like through the Road to Pro Series, like probably round 1, maybe round 2.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad with a new little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a rallycross program and
TWRS, I believe.
So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies.
Team Watson. I can't read the rest.
Going green next time. Yeah. All right, man. Line up on the outside row now.
Team Watson Racing setups.
Ah.
You had it in your face the entire time you were behind Michael Thorpe.
Let's see if we can not.
Crew could shed a few pounds maybe and pay him less Oreos. D is for cookie. That's good enough for me.
They always get the tires on though. They ain't ever missed.
1 lap to green, rather 1 corner to green. Zachary Lovelace and Brian McCann will be starting front row, followed by...
We can make it from here. This is a one-stop now.
Antonio Brent and Cameron.
All right, watch your restart again.
Next row.
That's going to be tough.
Lynch,
The pace car is in.
Thorpe Jr., Doug Pierce.
Full throttle.
Thorpe Jr. is in
row. You ready?
So will be just Doug Pierce on
Green flag,
lane.
green flag.
There you go. You're clear low.
And Brian McCann did not get going on the outside lane. That will hold up a little bit the outside lane. Zachary Lovelace, however, a great start compared to the last restart that he had. Wasn't as loose on the throttle, wasn't as powerful on the throttle. Brian McCann is very quickly closing down here on this restart. And I want to say that doesn't really get the preferred turn 3 entry. Still keeps under control. He'll power through turn number 4. Looks to the inside.
He let you go, clear.
The start finish line, lap 45. The lead will go right back to number 8. Lovelace gives it up very quickly. So I wonder if there's something that he knows that I don't.
All right, Brian, they're saving behind you.
Just pure pace. Look at Hunter.
I got a different strategy.
Place might be going up to second. We haven't really seen him sit consistently in the top 5 for the most part. We've seen him sit around the top 5, but ever since his performance,
I'm scared.
5 flash, going the entire race on one set of tires for 80 laps, the entire main race more specifically. We've seen Brian Lynch more in the, well, not the top 10, but still top 10 regardless. I haven't really seen him around the top 3 since.
All right, 4/10.
Save for, of course, Daytona. And of course, it'd be expected that every
half second up
every once in a while. But look at this great performance by Hunter Carson. He'll look to the inside here for second place. Through turns 3 and 4, gives it a little.
I wanted to stay wide open off of that, but I couldn't.
Before they go to the outside, the advantage goes to Lovelace. Carson just sends it to the inside, gets by the 33, relegating that 33 car back to third. I wonder if Hunter Carson has something for Brian McCann here. We'll see.
Carson's pushing it.
My theory is you can drive it fast as long as you don't do a few certain things.
The end of lap 70. 75, correction.
Okay.
And that's what I'm not doing, so I think I'm wearing about the same they are. That's my theory.
In terms of how much is used. According
Theory and hypothesis.
56% and 67% left side, right side. Compared to
I thought it was you got to go slow to go fast.
80% left side, right side, which is very interesting. And Travis Starr even said, I don't believe you. And no follow-up since then, so
we'll find
out.
out.
You don't want to blister the tires, Cole.
We'll see if that indeed if that is the case. That is tire management that I never thought I would ever hear about in comparison to other drivers. Carson matching the lap time of Brian McCann. And then Zachary Lovelace matching the lap time of Hunter Carson. The entire top four relatively equal lap times. 2/10, 1/10 actually faster. Nope, correction. Yeah, there we go. Now it's cycled through. 1/10 of a second faster is Hunter Carson. Sorry, Brian McCann over Hunter Carson. Despite the fact that the lap time was 1/1000th of a second of difference between Carson and Lovelace, with a 32.388 for Lovelace, he still decided to have a go out of turn number.
Almost hit that wall.
Was not able to get the run that he
almost.
I even clinched.
There's the 6 of Jonathan Burke.
You got your brown pants on, don't you?
4 seconds. Rather, his pit box for 54 seconds. Again, stage ends lap 75. Which, of course, is also the halfway point of this race.
It's right there at the end of that straightaway. You're kind of floating. You don't really have much control over the car. You have to point it before you ever get to that wall.
Yeah.
Some of the graphics do tell the story itself. In the meantime, Hunter Carson holding strong in second place. In fact, let's bring up the live championship standings. Let's see, where would Carson be if he were to finish second, not including the stage? He would be sixth.
Oh, they're running me back down. That's not a good sign.
Championship standings, which not too bad if you ask me.
Well, he's got a little bit of help from the 33 pushing him.
Position B in. Those outside of the top 12 are probably panicking a little bit.
They're both catching.
Inching closer and closer to a must-win situation.
That was your theory, right?
No.
Warp speed engaged.
Yeah, second and third were faster 3 of the last 5 laps. So
taking a look at this small group back here, William Duff getting passed by the 6 of Jonathan Burt, although it's not full position, but Burt 3 laps down, making his way through the field on fresher tires. About 10 lap fresher tires as well in comparison.
They were using a lot more right front than I was.
10, and not exactly a risk of falling out of the top 10. So things that should be fine for the number 6.
Thanks, Derek.
All right, you've been back green for 11 laps. That first run was 40 laps.
Last portion of the stage points as well. A little bit up in the air, depending on how things go here in these next, say, 5 laps. The reason why I say that is because Thorpe is still on pit road, 15 laps down. Doug Pierce is 22 laps down. So I'd say a little bit of a risk here. And hopefully for Thorpe, we will be able to get back out on track and finish the stage before Doug Pierce is able to catch in terms of getting the laps back, because Pierce is here in turns 3 and 4, 22 laps down. Thorpe has gone 16 laps down. He currently sits in pit road, still repairing the right front damage, or the left front damage that he had from contact after sliding through turn 4, down into the 3, and that pretty much entirely broke the suspension of the 33 machine on the left front. So he's been sitting in pit road repairing that ever since he got himself back into his pit box. We'll see how things fare, and in fact, we can do this. We pull up this graphic, which that's not how that should look.
But starting to get loose now. Lap 17.
Updated with the
both you and Karsten are having the same issue, really having to feather the throttle.
That's Jonathan making his way through the field on his faster set of tires. Not full position, keep in mind, for that number 6. He is 3 laps down.
Who's up behind me?
He might be 2 laps down here once he unlaps himself.
Oh my goodness, he's fast.
Now it's just going to be driving right by the lead car, in this case, number 8 of Brendan McCann.
That's going to be the 6 of Jonathan Burt. He is 2 laps down right now.
Maybe unintentionally, a little bit goes in the inside lane, but that will allow Jonathan Burt to be 2 laps down. Closing into the halfway portion of this event. Brad McCann leads by about 0.8 of a second over the 13 of Hunter Karsten. He's definitely not going anywhere. He made his way up to first, got passed by Brad McCann, but he's been sitting here in second ever since he's gotten passed by Brad McCann. A strong podium contender here for this race. It's been a while since we've...
You got Nashville Fairgrounds next week, followed by Bristol, Kansas, Sonoma, and Talladega before the playoffs start.
Hasn't been that long. I know that for a fact. July is the month I was looking for. Derek Claus decided to retire the car by the looks of it. Bill Chavez is still around though. He could still pick up a few points. You just have to go out for...
All right, Brian, I'm getting sleepy. You're going to have to lap the field. Let's go.
I would think it is possible for those positions to change. And speaking of changing positions, you may have seen it on the timing tower. Doug Pierce has made his way by Michael Thorpe Jr. And Thorpe is still sitting in his pit box repairing his car. This is going to be big help for Doug Pierce in terms of getting a couple extra points. Looking to get 1 extra point, it's going to be Travis Hart. He'll go around the very top side, almost into the outside wall, actually, trying to get himself around the 33 of Lovelace, but that only lets him, not only puts him at risk of being passed by the 1 of Sarton. And the very annoying part, as I can understand, is that you want to use the inside lane, but that's what everybody else is using. That's why Travis Hart didn't go for the pass on corner entry. Speaking of using the inside lane, Cameron Sarton, everybody. He's doing his best attempt to use the inside lane to get by Travis Hart. Turns 3 and 4 there, but didn't go too well. I'm very surprised that the 26 is running.
Just about a full second now over Hunter Karsten.
Corner entry. And then arcing it down to the middle for turn 2. By the way, these stage points do count towards the current point standings. They don't count for playoff points. They count towards the points.
They catch me when I run that line, don't they?
A little bit. Yeah, down to 8.5 tenths.
Next 10 or so laps, especially between this group of cars, because this is where the action is.
Still got a good gap, though.
All of them at Stanley, Travis start trying to do everything he can. In the meantime, let's ride on board Cameron Sarton for a lap. Maybe more than a lap, we'll see, but let's ride on board and see if another
back in the green.
One thing we definitely saw there is the 33 scraping by on the outside of the turn 2.
Battle right out for P2. Not much of a battle though. 33 is going to be able to take the spot. They're back single file. 33, 13, 26. Now got a full 1.3 seconds over Lovelace. Coming to lap 70.
So we rode on board Cameron Sarton. You may have spotted just a little bit up ahead that the 13 has gotten passed by the 33 of Hunter Carson. He's about to get passed by 26 of Travis Start. Sarton sitting just in the back of this group. And very interestingly, Phil Chavez as well, appropriate timing, has gotten himself back on track. He's gained himself a couple of positions for now. He has to get by Jared Claude still, and that's not going to be for another in the
now 1.5
for another
over Lovelace.
We'll make that 12 laps. Those extra points will be helping the 101 out regardless. Hunter Carson, meanwhile, trying to
make that 1.8.
1 and a 26. Trying to get third place in the stage at almost all costs possible. Dart still running about midway through the corner, that middle lane. Definitely trying to save tires a little bit. Cross over to the inside. Does he make a move? He does not. Still very committed to the outside lane. Carson nearly took that lane away. Took it away a little bit on corner entry, but not the entire lane, enough to the point where Dart had to back off. To the outside.
That's good to see, because the setup I got, I was a little worried about the long run at the first when they were coming back around me, but looks like I'm pulling away from them now.
Sarton running the exact same outside lane that Dart.
Yeah, you are.
Now it's
just about 2 seconds now. 1.9 back to Lovelace, and another half second back to Travis Start. So yeah, you're doing your thing.
Managed to get me confused at some point or another so far throughout this season, and both of them have been putting on fantastic racing nonetheless. Same with pretty much the majority, well, pretty much the entire field here of the FSRA. So we are about 2 laps away from the completion of the stage. My voice rose there because I saw the one of Sarton bobble on the inside. So the stage is not over yet. This is not the completion. This is the last lap of the stage, as well as the upcoming halfway point of this race. To the 8 of Brad McCann, unless his car implodes, he will definitely get away with the first position in the stage. Travis Starr as well.
Is he calling this thing a Chevrolet?
Stage.
He said you were going to implode.
His way through to 5th place. Unless something drastic happens here off turn 4.
Congratulations on the stage win, sir.
Thank you.
No, so Brian McCann wins the stage. Lovelace 2nd, Travis Starr 3rd, 4th place Cameron Sarton, 5th place.
Hitting under green is going to be a job.
So Tony Brent, 7th place William Duff, 8th
Yes.
place Ryan Lynch, 9th place.
As always, just make sure you correct any kind of brake biases.
Now,
And then max speed all the way to your pits, hit your pit board,
positions.
max speed out, don't speed, and stay below the commitment cone.
And interestingly enough, the gap continues to grow between Tony Brent and everybody else. As of those,
Yeah, I ain't had no problems out of my Ford.
not including the current positions, not including the points of the current positions, Tony Brent has 101 points ahead of the cut line with about 5-ish races
I
left.
crap on both of them.
I think he's safe. Let's take a look at Tony Brent. He's been doing pretty well so far this season. Currently says it's safe. Again, the most consistent driver in terms of points that I have seen this season. I say in terms of points, technically that could also be Brian McCann and Cameron Sarton. But yeah, I would say more accurately the most consistent driver who has not locked in with a win. Brian McCann has been setting everything alight here.
All right, 2.2 up.
Luckily, the point setting update shouldn't take too long. We should get that in momentarily. So let's go ahead and bring up the live championship standings. You see Tony Brent currently has 320 points as he sits in the 6th place position. So as we update the point standings, we should see that change from 320 to 324. That'd be 325 points, somewhere around there.
So the first run was 36 laps. You went back green on lap 44.
And it does not.
So you just ran you're coming to 35 laps under green.
Well, time for the old-fashioned...
Looking pretty good.
Let's see if this has anything different. Oh, you know what? I know exactly what I get an update.
And you got 25 laps in the tank.
In fact, we will get that sorted here in a little bit. Regardless, something that's not sorted is the battle for the 2nd place position because Cameron Sarton
Cameron
snuck his way to the inside of 33 of Zachary Lovelace. There's Philip Chavez in 101, no doubt on fresh tires. Just like that.
We got to keep an eye on Cameron, see when he pits.
Sarton moves himself up to...
I'm on him right now. Ready? Read your mind. We're tracking.
Hey, we still got 20 more laps. You got to be easy on that right gear.
You're probably going to see Cameron fall off just a little bit. He's got a lap down car right in front of him, giving him a whole bunch of dirty air. Working on 3 seconds up right now, 2.8. You're going to have the 101 of Philip Chavez coming up on you pretty soon. I would just give him whatever line and let him go. He was on pit road. Let me see. His pit road is wrong. It's saying lap 2. There's no way.
We'll get to the back of William Duff in the 17, lap number 85 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's been 44 laps since most of the field has gone to pit road. The biggest
loosening me up
of the race, for the most part, is Sargent.
He's down 64 laps, so he's had an interesting race so far.
From the driver who is currently in the first place position. That being
all right, open it up, let him go low.
Inside.
For some reason, up
there you go.
Somehow, something like this can't be stopped.
Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Stay high.
Absolutely
There's a car on the low side.
consistent performance in terms of showing up in the top 3 and just absolutely driving away whenever he gets the opportunity to do so. So far, that shows. Again, he might be the first repeat winner of this track specifically. Before tonight, it would have been, was specifically coming into tonight, 5 different winners here at this track. Brad McCann could be a driver to put himself on the list of a repeat. Although someone else who could put himself on that list as well is the second place driver of Cameron Sarton. I was very confused about as to why it's labeled in red. Then I realized, oh yeah, that's the color that they're locked in for, where it unfortunately kind of blends a little bit. Especially in terms of the color of Michael Phillips Jr., but regardless, locked in still is Cameron Sarton. Same goes for Zachary Lovelace, who has snuck his way back up into the 3rd place position. More specifically, going back to Cameron Sarton, he is another driver who has won here before, and he could also put himself onto a repeat for this track. Lovelace
going through some of the drivers, see if anybody's trying to save any fuel, clutching it through 3 and 4.
He has consistency, and so far, considering the fact that he's 3rd place, and at the moment,
so far, I haven't found anybody.
Slowly chasing down the one of Cameron Sarton, we could still potentially have a 6th different winner at this track. We'll see how things fare in the meantime. Travis Stark currently sits 4th place after starting in the 5th place position here. Relatively quiet day for the most part. He's been running multiple different lines, just trying to figure out what works for his car. And he finds that right now, the thing that works most for his car is running the inside lane. Hunter Carson as well starts 6th, shows off that performance that he has in store, especially in the short run pace, where he flew up to 2nd place. He has since fallen back here to 5th ever since the restart, but he has shown that
too much
the pace as well.
Hold on to it.
It's just a matter of,
oh no,
you're okay.
Portion.
There's a lot of my space here.
Longer run. Tony Brent consistently
you're okay.
In the lead of the non-locked.
Lost about a second, but he's still not in your draft,
okay.
So you're good.
How close are we on fuel? We might be losing the right rear tire here.
Potentially on the tap for him for
you got 15 laps left in the tank.
Still
working lap 91.
The
so Derek says maybe go up to lap 100
buffer,
and I'd probably say right about there also.
Consistently around.
You went back green. What I say earlier.
17
on lap 44. And you just went to 84, so you're on your 40. You'll be starting your 45th lap here pretty soon.
Things are looking. There we go, pretty solid.
So the next run.
So in
worse.
practice, I mentioned a few guys went 50 laps.
So not exactly as solid. Ryan Lynch.
So it seemed like that was pretty close to the max then.
Duff also sits in the 8th place position.
I'll give you back your spotter. That way you can go on down when you're ready.
Relatively quiet day.
But I'm still keeping an eye on Cameron Sarton and let you know when or if he goes down before you.
Top 10. Not that's a bad thing, not being around the end of the top 10. Not, let's say, not necessarily an awful thing. I would say it's a positive since you're getting the top 10 pretty much every single race or whenever the opportunity shows itself.
Only the top 8 are on the lead lap.
In the 9th place position, started 8th. Relatively quiet day for him on paper for the most part, I believe. If I remember correctly, got caught up in one of the opening crashes.
Yeah, but I don't know if this right rear will get you there.
Still running.
One very loose off of 4.
I got to split it perfectly in half.
As we get closer to the end of the race.
Whatever that is.
13th, definitely got caught up in a crash or 2 in that number 39.
Is this hard to drive?
I sit in pit road for a long amount of time, but still continues to run. And
Cameron's struggling a little bit more than I am.
Laps down.
Thankfully.
In prime position to secure the 10th position.
You're back over 2 seconds.
Because of the 34 Michael Phillips Jr. He's running.
There it is.
Well, he is still.
That's the call.
He's still on track.
Need rubber shortly. We are losing it.
Yep.
That PA system in the back.
So I pit in 2 laps.
But the 34 had showed promise, but the tires.
That's going to make you pit again, though.
Got out from under him. Not only
within that final stint, because right now you're only lap 95. You'd
damage the entire.
If you're struggling now
on the left,
you're gonna really struggle that final stint. Then
looks to be that might be the sign that.
Well, even if I get a meatball, I can just come in when I get the meatball.
He was sitting in pit road for about 33 minutes.
Yeah, but you don't want a flat tire though.
Yeah, there's a good chance I wreck.
For 11th, Mike, go ahead to the 101 of Philip Chavez here, who continues to run 63 laps down.
All right, yeah, go ahead and bring it in.
One more position on.
I'm waiting on Cameron.
Machine to put himself into 11th. Jared Clog, happily telling that.
Okay.
Daniel McConnell, all out as a result of a first, if not second.
I go in too early. He beat me.
Here at Charlotte. Just like that, we find ourselves back to the leader, but more pressingly, if our Cameron Sarton at least.
1.6 back to him now.
0.6 of a second. Being kept at bay, though, because Sarton was about 10th of a second faster. He is matching
the
time.
It's getting tough.
McCann. And while we do have a chance, in fact, actually, what we're going to do here, as we reach 50 to go, we'll show you the point standings as things are right now, and then we'll go ahead and go to side by side.
Luckily, he's not catching me too much.
We will come back. Might wait for pit stops to see how things fare, though, because it's been almost
1.4 back now.
Pit stops. First one to blink, Tony Brent in the number 28.
All right, P7 just went down pit road.
So let's see, no doubt 4 tires and fuel to get to the end. It's been 57 laps since pretty much the rest of the field has gotten pit road. In fact, Ryan Lynch would also pit 1 lap of.
Zach Lovelace just went down pit road from P3.
Jonathan Burt as well has gone to pit road here.
Jonathan Burt is also on pit road.
P3. So instead, we go ahead and stick
pit here.
These pit stops.
You're extending the gap again.
Then we'll go ahead. And
all right, in on 99, out on 200. Okay.
I want to wait.
Watch your brake bias.
Standings.
Waiting. Next up
is here at the lot point standings. Tony and Brent. There's the extra 4, if not 5 points.
1 very, very tight.
We were expecting to show up for Tony and Brent. And see if Brad McCann were to win, he'd be at 5,015 points. Technically speaking, 15 playoff points and 5 wins. We can't exactly use hundreds because, well, we're about to just barely get to that point, especially if you're Tony and Brent. You're kind of knocking at the door almost of 500 points. So drivers who are locked in get 1,000 points for the sake
one's coming in with you
data just to separate themselves and showcase that they're locked in. And they're about to be.
Ooh, he was locking them up across the line. I don't know if he's sped or not.
A close entry for both drivers.
I just about did.
Pit boxing 10.
I wonder if any of them will be willing to short fuel here. Charles Start goes through to the lead.
You have about 5 laps
for the moment, trying to run a little bit extra. Zachary Lovelace, the first driver to be out.
Oh, we had plenty of tire. What's it talking about?
53.40. There's no.
Come back out on track.
I have no idea.
Passed by both Ryan Lynch and Tony Brent.
All right, that's it. Go.
All right, come. Don't speed.
See, the last lap that these drivers had pit on the right-hand or the left-hand side. That's about to change for Travis Starr, who goes into pit road. Staying out is William Duff. Brent McCann. In fact, actually, it's just now William Duff that has yet.
Got one coming outside.
Got one outside.
40.
Clear.
All clear. All clear.
Zach Lovelace made up all that time by pitting 2 laps before you.
Well, there is second place.
It's all right.
William
We got 2 lap difference. That's going to be huge.
coming in the pit road this time by.
Could very well be.
A little bit slow on the outside.
The leader is pitting now.
Can get close to Hunter Karsten, but still manages to come in the pit road safe and sound. Now the net leader is somehow Zachary Lovelace. I am actually quite surprised. How did that even manage to happen? Lovelace pit 2 laps before Brian McCann and Cameron Sargent, and Lovelace has jumped both of them.
Good job, man. You're back in third.
Tony Brent pit 2 laps before both Brian McCann and Cameron Sargent. He currently sits 4th. They pit 1 lap before Zachary Lovelace. Wow. Well, while we do have a chance, we'll go ahead and showcase the current standings here, at least as of the stage
Good
points.
job. The next car is the leader. All right, you're back
More
in second.
accurately, including the stage points. So this is how the championship standings look as of the stage, lap 75, and the halfway point of this race. Of course, as per usual, McCann, Sargent, Lovelace all locked in. Tony Brent, 101 points ahead of the cut line. Start in 5th. Michael Thorpe Jr. 6th.
Buff out.
Chris Travis Asbury 7th. Hunter
Just a little bit of a rub.
Ryan Lynch 9th.
Just took a coat of clear off. That's all.
And
Just 1 coat.
the buffer between himself and Philip Chavez. Meanwhile, Philip Chavez and Corey Mower have a score to settle between those two. It's 22 points between those 2 drivers. We don't technically have to worry about the cut line yet, but it's still something to keep an eye on regardless for both of these drivers as we head into the next couple of weeks, especially going into the season finale of Talladega, where that will be the last chance for any of these drivers to get in to get into the playoffs. So we'll see how things fare in the meantime.
We're good, Derek. We're good.
That's how things stand as of right now. In the meantime, we'll go back trackside and show you the current running order and show you the brewing battle between Zachary Lovelace and Brian McCann. We'll go side by side here, and you won't miss a single piece of the action.
Got one outside.
There you go. You're at his left rear, side by side.
Still there?
He's giving you room, not pinching you down. You got about a groove up off the bottom if needed.
Stay low.
He's up by the wall.
Still there. Still there?
You are not yet clear, sir.
All
Now
clear,
you're
all
clear.
clear.
Good job.
With the butt kicker gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt kicker. The future is feeling.
There's already too many people that are in their feelings. You don't need any more butt kicking.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the circuit.
Yeah, 2-tire difference, huge.
For $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included, so look at
Unless I do something wrong, he should never be able to catch up back up to me.
Yeah, dirty air is nasty. Sarton just took over. P2.
Sarton might.
Don't concede it. Jeez.
He's on a mission.
Well, he's about to fail that mission. Maybe he didn't accept it, you know? The tape melted before it played. You may not be old enough to know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know that one.
Mission Impossible. Way back in the day.
Yeah, I've seen the movie. I just don't remember it.
The TV series.
Oh, the TV series. No, I didn't watch that. I was thinking of the movie.
Yeah, no. Your mission, should you choose to accept it. This briefcase will self-destruct in 30 seconds. Showing how old I am now.
Tight.
Yep, dirty air. That's a B word. Clear.
And I gained time on cam when I did that.
Yeah. Did it in the right place. And Cam's going to have a little bit of an issue here as well, unless he goes high. Nope. Both him and that lap car went low, so you should get pretty close to a second. Lap car's staying high for him now.
Block him.
He forgot his blocking pads at home. Broadcaster taking a nap, or what's going on?
Is this showing the like blimp view? I don't hear any audio.
We are back.
There he's back. There he is.
Here with the Full Send Racing.
Hey, there he is.
And the Full Send Racing Association bringing you the For the Troops 225. Presented by On the Throttle here at the oval configuration of the Charlotte Motor Speedway. The race is not done just.
It's too much of my front.
Still have quite a ways to go. That doesn't mean things have not yet picked up in terms of the championship standings. These are how things look as of the stage points.
That one is planted on that white line behind you. in the corners.
Standings on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. But as of the stage, this is how things look, and these will be updated accordingly at the completion of tonight's event. Coming into this race here at Charlotte, we have 5 different races, and throughout all of that, somehow, some way, on the oval configuration, we also had
track is tightening up.
Winners at Charlotte in the past 5.
Either that or I'm sliding.
Let's see.
Including season 6.
Has it got hotter or colder?
Season 6, this track was not in the season.
That's what I'm checking right now.
But a couple names may stick out.
No, it's gotten hotter by 4 degrees. Track temps up to 140.
Keeping up.
Oh, I'm sliding then.
Specifically in season 7, where Brian McCann, Andrew Medlin, and Cameron Sarton all have won at least 1 or more races, respectively. The or more portion.
I got to calm that out.
And Sarton here.
That'll get out of control quick.
With how things look, and very tentatively with how things look, because things can and
getting closer and closer to 25 to go right now.
That's how it is for
working.
Things do look to be
lap 121
in the way of Brian McHale. That is, though, if Cameron Sarton doesn't have something to say about that.
Trying to change how I drive, and he's not caught me by 2/10.
0.15 second difference between these front 2 runners.
I gotta go back to what I was doing. The hell, that's faster anyway.
Who is
never mind
faster than Brian.
Oh my goodness!
About a 1/10 of a second.
Heck yeah, it's a 1/10 faster. All right. Apparently the car don't like to be driven the other way.
To the second left with 29 laps left. This could go the way of Cameron Sarton as well.
It highly prefers that.
Still have to
look at that, 16th.
28 laps and get to the end of the race to see how this really will fare.
Yeah, you were faster by half a tenth right there compared to his lap time.
About 0.06 of a second, so lap times are being...
So you gained and so did he.
And this is, after technicality, the closest battle on the racetrack with 28 laps to go. Again, the Ford Troops 225 presented by On Throttle. You can find links to not only On the Throttle, but you can find links to Buckkicker and Team Watson Racing subs in the description below, as they are affiliate sponsors of the league, and are, of course, affiliate links respectively. So if any of them interest you, you can go ahead and click the links in the description below. In case you want to follow along with a little bit of extra information and keep extra tabs on your favorite driver, there's a link in the, at least as a live YouTube chat, that is pinned. You can go ahead.
You got to get it neutral, but you can't get it. You can't go over anything neutral on the right rear.
Something else as well is what they are deciding to do, bringing this to all ATVO users.
Well, I mean, right now you're staying at that 1 second gap.
The lifetime.
You're given like, you know,
which of course they
quarter of a tenth or something like that here or there, but you've been faster.
Broadcast community.
3 of the last 5 laps.
Community as a whole.
Those 2 laps where you gave them a little bit more than a tenth. After that, it's been all you. Fastest of the top 3.
Technically, because it wasn't from iRacing. It was a app that he developed on his own, and has since bloomed into the iRacing companion app supported by iRacing themselves. So the community is all connected in one way, shape, or form. The one thing that was nearly connected that time by were lap times of Cameron Sarton and Brian McCann. The separation was 0.03 of a second. Correction, 0.38 of a second. And that was in favor of Cameron Sarton. Again, the gap is fluctuating very closely between these 2 drivers. It is stagnated at 0.8 of a second. And still, lap times go in favor of, this time by Cameron Sarton, ever so slightly. Again, this is the closest battle on the racetrack. So see how things fare in these final 24 laps. It's right on board Brian McCann. see what he sees and does for a lap.
His last lap was a 33.55. Yours was a 60. He's gained about 0.2 over the last 4 laps. .72 to a 66 that time.
Spying on board and listen to the engine of both drivers as we are about to reach 20 laps to go. Of course, 1 lap ago, just when we switched to Cameron Sargent's on board, we heard him scrape the outside. I was going to say, we heard him scrape the outside wall last time. I was pausing here to see if he scraped it again.
20 to go this time.
The #1 machine for Brian McCann is getting larger and larger and larger in the mirrors after every single lap.
It really didn't like that.
You're definitely going to be, well, potentially, still, maybe, possibly, getting a repeat winner here at Charlotte, but Cameron Sargent and Brian McCann.
The 1 isn't going down to the bottom anymore on entry, staying about a half a groove up.
The repeat winner for the first time here at Charlotte.
And 3 and 4 is all the way down on the white line.
I think we're going to be racing here soon.
He's kind of wrapping 1 and 2 like you would at Michigan.
19 laps to go. The gap is 0.5 of a second between both of these drivers. The battle is definitely not over yet. The long run pace going in favor of Cameron Sargent. These two have pit on the same lap. So there's definitely no tire advantage or disadvantage for Sargent or McCann, respectively. At this point, it's just a matter of pure pace and how you can utilize it. So far, Sargent looks to have something, just a switch has flipped in the car, basically. Hopefully not.
I don't think that word.
Switch, because that is, of course, important. But a switch is flipped for sure.
No.
Technically speaking.
Diamond didn't work there.
Figuratively, that's the word. Wow. I went through almost all the words ending in "ly" before I got to figuratively. That's, it's been a long night, apparently. Regardless, the pace of Cameron Sargent has started to show across this long run. 33 laps since these drivers had last pit. There were no cautions. There hasn't really been a caution since, I believe, lap 50. So this long green flag run is going in the favor of the #1 machine of Sargent. That wouldn't be the first time that these two drivers would have gone side by side for the lead. Last time they were side by side for an extensive amount of time. It was all the way back at Dover, where, shockingly, even that race was caution-free. 16 laps to go as the front 2 runners make their way through the banking of turn 2 to the exit of the backstretch.
No pressure behind Sargent whatsoever.
That is the distance between the 8 and the 1. And that is the visual distance of 2.5 of a second.
Thank you, Derek.
And dare I say, I think Sargent is able to rotate a little bit better and get the car planted a little bit better on the low line of turn number 2. Gap has now stagnated at 0.25 seconds, effectively in favor of...
Just a gentle reminder. A friendly hello.
Keep that gap is the question. considering it's already down to 2/10. That is a firm no. In fact, it's now under 2/10, so that question is very quickly answered.
He tagged the wall a little bit off before.
Although it's sliding up to the outside wall for Sarton, not helping him much. That's going to send him back a huge amount of time. Granted, the lap time difference is only about a tenth of a second, but that caught him up from 2/10, from 0.17 tenths of a second down to 2/10 more out of the total of Cameron Sarton's gap. So he has to catch up all over once again, but looks to be better in 3 and
coming to 13 to go.
Another close battle on the track is going to be tension between William Duff and Ryan Lynch for 7th place. They're not one lap down. They're still in the lead lap, so keep an eye on that battle as things progress here towards the end of the race.
He's loose on exit, but he's throwing it in a little bit harder than you are. He keeps doing that, he's going to drop back.
12 laps to go this time by. Still holding strong, Brian McCann. So we reach lap 139.
Thank you, Amanda.
They have all the track available in front of them for the 11 laps. And unless something catastrophic happens, this is pretty much the battle for the lead. Seeing the backfire out of the one of Cameron Sarton as he has closed up to the back bumper. Slides a little bit again off turn number 4. He is definitely pushing through turn number 4 a little bit more. Maybe getting on the throttle sooner. And it's definitely to a detriment.
Just run your line, hit your marks. Don't let them push you.
Turn 4. There I said we're going to have to switch over to 7th place here to showcase the battle between William Duff and Ryan Lynch, and that is why way up top is Ryan Lynch. William Duff gets by for 7th. Meanwhile, on the opposite end of the racetrack for first place, Sarton.
There you go, you got a better exit than he did.
Alongside just yet. But he is there. He has closed the gap. Now it's just a matter of capitalizing to see when and where he will make the move. 9.5 laps to go here on the back straightaway. These two in a league of their own. Brian McCann in line to get his 6th win of the season. Cameron Sarton in line to get his 2nd win of the season. Correction.
9 laps to go.
And trying to deny Brian McCann a 6th win. Trying to put up a challenge, and he does so around the outside. Way higher than I expected.
He went up high, but there was nothing there.
Considering the outside lane may have rubbered in a little bit, I don't blame him. Does he move to the inside? He looks to the inside, but no dice. And Sarton will fall right back in line.
He can play with your mirror all he wants, Brian. Just keep looking out the front.
Following the tire tracks of the 8 of Brian McCann as we reach 8 laps to go.
By the power to turn off your rear view, I would.
Not sure if Sarton's buying his time or waiting.
He got low, I had to catch it. It's going to lose a little bit there.
No dice. Carson's gotten past the bottom.
6 to go next time.
3 lap fresher tires for William Duff.
You got really shallow in that entrance to 1. See if you can maybe go just a little bit later.
Entire top 3 are all 3 drivers that have locked themselves in. At this point, it's just a matter of who is going to get the advantage going into the playoffs. Because Brian McCann has that firm advantage. Position switch between Ryan Lynch and Hunter Carson. Carson goes to 8th. Lynch goes to 7th.
He's on your bumper.
Sargent go to first here on the back straightaway. He's right up against the back bumper. Doesn't make him.
He's up in his second groove.
Just sits along the back bumper. Runs.
Not yet clear.
Not running as high as he did in turns 1 and 2.
He's going to have you pinched down.
The outside is going to compromise the exit of Brian.
Right rear.
And that is
clear up.
A smart decision. That's when we reach 5 laps to go.
He's way up high.
Shut the door for Cameron.
Not clear.
A chance here off turn number 2.
Side.
As we ride on board, not enough time. So to the outside, down the back straightaway. It is a drag race.
He's about 2 lanes up if you want to try to move up a little bit.
4 laps to go once we reach the start finish.
There you go. He got close to the wall, had to check up a little bit. Right rear.
The pass for the win.
Clear.
If anything, that's if the outside wall plays nice for Cameron Sargent.
Back outside, he's all the way up by the wall. So you got all the track. You are clear.
Running way up.
He got loose. Had nothing to do with it.
And this time, Brian McCann does clear. Not able to make the outside lane work. Will he be able to make the inside lane work? He has a technicality. 3 3/4 laps.
Stay silent unless you need to.
I think he's done, Brian. Yes, sir.
Sargent was there. And that might have been last gasp effort, though, to be fair, in terms of his tires. 47 laps on the tires for both these drivers.
One's in the wall. He's done.
Oof. Through turn 2 they go.
Don't spin out. Don't spin out.
Sargent, he just slipped up.
All right, we're good. Oh, you're talking about him.
There you go.
The right-hand side. Is able to keep.
No, not you, him.
Lovelace is in line for second place.
That was a good save. He looked like he was all over the place.
One of Sargent. Well, we saw that out of turn.
Yeah, he was.
Just slipped out from under him. Nailed the outside wall. Definitely.
Me and him both were on the ragged edge of losing it that entire time, having to play it just perfect.
Yeah.
Zachary Lovelace.
That attempt that he made up on the high side was all he had. As soon as he didn't clear you, he was done.
2 lap over tires, but he does have the opportunity to advance himself.
Coming to the white flag, sir.
Position. 1 lap to go at the start-finish line. This time by.
I imagine he's probably pushing it pretty hard too.
His way through past the Lovelace on fresher tires. That's maybe not going to help out.
Yeah, he was.
To back out here.
All it takes is 1 slip.
If I were him, we'll see how this battle fares for second place. Meanwhile, going into turn number 2.
Whee!
Is Brian McCann.
I got all my sound turned off except for Pete's side. Everybody's talking, I can't hear you.
Between Cameron Sargent.
Thank you, Repeat. Thank you, Derek.
This might be a move.
Amanda.
We'll see out of turn number 4. Speaking of out of turn number 4, Freight.
There you go, sir. Way to get it done. You love Charlotte, and it showed.
Not even advances, but he'll put himself.
Yeah, we had a fight for it though.
And out of turn
fun race.
Can he defend against it?
Let's see if I can drift.
Zachary Lovelace.
Yeah.
Sargent.
Next turn.
He escapes with a second place finish over Zachary Lovelace. And at the start finish line, actually, not the start finish line, into turn 3, William Duff gets by Tony Brent in turns 3 and 4.
I didn't get going left enough.
William Duff is out of fuel, I think, and he lets the position go. Is he out of gas? I don't know. William Duff had passed Tony Brent for 5th place. A very chaotic finish here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And regardless, a very well-deserved win for the 8 of Brian McCann for the 5th time this season. He'll burn it down. Going through turns 3 and 4 of the Legends Oval.
Whee!
Good job.
A very well-deserved win for Brian McCann. A shock near upset for second place after everything that's happened. These are the finishing results. Again, a shock upset in the sense of what happened with Cameron Sarton. We'll take a look at this momentarily, but Brian McCann finishes in first place.
Thank you, Amanda. Sorry.
Nearly getting second place.
Yeah, if you ain't first, you're last.
Cameron Sarton was Zachary Lovelace, but closed the gap, and the 2-lap older tires did not help in the favor of Zachary Lovelace. Travis Start finishes in 4th place. 5th place, Tony Brent, after William Duff had passed him in turns 3 and 4, and then just let Tony Brent go. Not sure if he ran out of fuel or what exactly happened there, but
I thought maybe the outside line would be pretty strong.
On the throttle racing, both cars consistently finishing 6th and 7th.
When he got to the outside of me, I was a little worried.
He got loose off of...
all the points you can get, and that goes into the favor.
I think it was 4 or something like that.
The throttle racing for Ryan Lynch. He finishes 7th behind his teammate William Duff. Hunter Karsten finishes in 8th place. Jonathan
little worried
in 9th, and then 10th place is Doug Pierce.
All right, repeat. Thank you for spotting.
When he wasn't pinching you down,
Doug Pierce actually.
that's when I knew you were going to be okay. See, when he went up here, when he went that high,
of being involved
that's when I knew you were going to be good.
Crash.
Yeah, he was sliding sliding entry too much.
For Philip Chavez and Michael Thorpe Jr., who's out of jail for other reasons. In terms of Michael Thorpe Jr., the first time
if he stayed low, he might have got me.
DNF this season in some way, shape, or form. I'll have to go back.
Because you wouldn't have been able to come up off the corner like that.
Let's see. Maybe not the first time. He did have, I believe, bad luck at Daytona, and that's usually the case of Daytona, but...
Oh, he went way, yeah.
Stay, but
you can definitely see it on that one.
Michael Thorpe, he's still been consistent for the prior portion of the season, so still makes his way through safe and sound.
All right, repeat. I'm going to hop up in the booth.
See how things fare in the points. This Jared
All right, buddy.
Finishes.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
After being
have a good night.
In the
all right, man. You too.
Lap crash. Same for Happily Tell Mac, and again, bad luck for Daniel McConnell. Hopefully, he'll be able to have it turn around. It's just been bad luck after bad luck, being caught up in some incidents, and well, considering the things that we've seen today. The bad luck is not only for a couple drivers in the back, but also for
he lost it. That's that little twitch
in the top portion.
He probably twitched a little.
One person who
he didn't twitch any there.
With
like if you do it once, it'll screw up your next turn too.
33 of Zachary Lovelace, who we will bring in here for an interview. It's been a while.
Bouncing around, so yeah, his right rear was smoking hot.
It's been a while since we've managed to talk to Zachary Lovelace, I believe, but regardless, I don't want to say a shock P3 finish, but I'd say a very welcome P3 finish for the 33 machine this week here at Charlotte.
That's tough.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to be back up here.
When that happens, it's hard to recover.
Like that on an oval, and yeah, kind of missed being here in the interviews. Glad to be back.
And of course, it's glad to see you back as well. A little bit more relaxed, especially after the results of the Red Bull.
We were running a tournament race there,
specifically locking yourself in,
and I was,
and then just
see who I was racing.
Yourself some consistent finishes around the top 5, top 10.
I was racing Zach Lovelace and Travis Dart, so I beat them out to the next bracket.
How are the tires treating you for this race, especially with the long green flag run near the end?
That run at the end, not as good as before. That first long run we had that I think took us up to about 40, I think I had about the best tires of the bunch there up front, and I wish we would have stayed green there a little longer until we got to change them. But yeah, I had a better wear than I think I was anticipating. You know, let me stay up front more than I ever would have expected, and I mean, it was tough. There was a lot of management, but it was a lot of fun too.
He was working my spoiler.
He also nearly got.
He was doing it right.
Position from Cameron Sarton in the closing laps. I would still have to look at it again, and I'll probably do that during the interview. But I believe he just pretty much. I want to say pulled a Kyle Larson in the second.
Here, I thought he had it,
but the car just pretty much
that outside lane through the tri-oval or quad over. That's
right into the.
That looks a little tough to drive.
Yeah, it's at the right hand side. So, do you think with the if you had picked maybe the same lap as
I thought for sure he would have had a run there
and McCann, or even just one
bigger
lap
run.
Later. I think one lap earlier is the word I'm looking for here, depending on the tire differences. But you think the 2-lap tire disadvantage may have been the
that turn he did pretty good.
Yeah, it might.
Oh, he got a little squirrely at the end.
To think about protecting my spot behind.
That right there might have been what messed up in this turn.
You know,
So that little slip you had there probably messed him up here.
You know, it started to occur to me that it would put me back up front, but you know,
that previous turn out of 4, that's all it takes.
Thing, and
once you do that, this right here that he's having to struggle with happens.
Can't dwell on them too much, but you know, they were running an awesome race. It just looked.
And then
like
here, or maybe out of 2 is where he hits the wall.
Otherwise, you know, he would have been clear of me by a good margin, no matter what I did. I think so.
That's how hard it is to recover.
I'll always take a 3rd place.
And of course, the 3rd place is definitely helpful. I think I would say 3rd place is helpful and then go on to explain the points, but you're locked in, so I can't exactly do that. So a little bit caught off guard there, slipping as I'm going through points right now. But heading into next week, it is the double-header 100-lap event at the Nashville Fairgrounds. I can only imagine the mini layout of how this would be. That would be even more chaotic. But luckily, Nashville Fairgrounds next week, the doubleheader, and especially with a field invert for the second portion of the night. Your thoughts as we head to the short track for next week?
I'm looking forward to it. I do a lot of short track stuff, just not with these you know, faster cars very often. So it'll be different, but I've definitely done quite a few laps around there in the late model, the super late model. So I'm familiar with it. Love the track. It's got a lot of character. Yeah, it sounds like we're gonna have a nice little bit of chaotic evening, and I'm looking forward to it.
Austin, I'd say anything to go by. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually, especially considering it's a short track. We'll see how things go. But before I go ahead and let you go, since it's been a while, go ahead and shout out who gets it done for you in that number 33.
Well, I got to thank my team, Texas Speed, first and foremost. I know a couple of our guys didn't have the best night here, but just awesome to always run with them. And then the guys at G-Force as well. Everyone for coming out and racing with us. It's always so fun racing with you guys. Learn a lot, have a lot of fun racing with you. And then you for putting on the broadcast for us.
Thank you for your time again. It's nice to talk to you again. We hope to talk to you again next week at Nashville.
I'll try my best.
And that is the 3rd place finisher, Zachary Lovelace, number 33 machine. And now we get to have the, I don't want to really say a tell-all, but definitely, I'm sure a lot of questions going through the head of Cameron Sarton as well. You had a fantastic run, of course. Didn't qualify in time. Started 14th, made your way up through the field, closing the gap to Brian McKay. And then, well, the same question that I'm sure a lot of people have is just what happened there in turn 2.
Yeah, it was a good battle. I'm sweating. So the car was a handful tonight.
I am too. I just withholding from saying it.
It was tight the first run, and then it got super loose for me. And then it was just kind of somewhat loose second run, and then it felt really good the last run when I was catching them, and then got us outside, and I don't think I was full throttle down the straightaways because every time I turned left in tri-oval, I thought I was gonna wreck.
His right rear was hot.
I wish just kind of watching it did justice, but the things were a handful. And then got a little too hot into one, got up into marbles, and the right rear just turned straight to ice. So nothing I could do at that point. Needed to cool the tires back off, and there was just not enough time left. And then I decided to smack the wall. So that was the end of my little charge there. But it was fun. So
y'all can't see that, but look how much that car is yawed out.
Luckily for
no wonder that record was hot.
You are locked in with, of course, 2 wins now for this season, with a couple wins earlier. The season one just last week, actually. So a little bit of a comfortable
setup was definitely a loose setup.
Heading into the Nashville Fairgrounds for
like it's a 140-degree track doesn't really help either.
One of the few short tracks for the season, if I remember correctly. Bristol is still a couple weeks away. In fact, yeah, it's the week after Nashville. So, yeah, literally 2 weeks away.
I love it. So, more short tracks, more chaos. So, it was a track I started with in iRacing, and I think ARCA, I did like 40 races there my first week on the service. So, I feel like I'm pretty decent there. So, I love it. It's a fun little short track, and it should be a good show.
Well, before we go ahead and let you go, we're going to go ahead and let you shout out who gets it done for you for that number 1 machine, as per usual.
Yeah, that's a mom, dad, grandparent for watching. Yourself at the booth, Travis for putting it on, and go check out Team Watson Racing setup. So John and Travis are building some hot rods. So make sure you go check them out for all your open needs. So we're putting on a clinic, but appreciate it.
Thanks for your time as per usual. Hopefully we'll talk to you again next week.
Yeah, see you, man.
That is Cameron Sarton, no doubt probably a little bit frustrated after the run that he had where he had gotten to the outside wall. The sixth, I think, I'm somehow losing track all of a sudden. I should double check this before I start to say anything. But regardless, another win in the books for the number 8 of Brian McCann. You already know how these things go, so go ahead and just, especially the second green flag run for this race, and as well as green flag pit stops. Your thoughts? Have you even thought about moving to different lanes? Because it didn't seem like you wanted to use any different lanes aside from unless you were forced to.
Yeah, I did do some experiments. Try to run like one lane up, see what that would do. Help. It was all about that right rear. It's just, even though you kind of burn the right front a little bit more and staying high and trying to stay off of it, it still eat it up anyway on that top side. So if you could just figure out how to run that bottom side and keep that right rear cool, that was the ticket.
And of course, the ticket to the win as well. First time for this track in league history as well, where it's had a repeat winner that is in the form of you, of course, where this track was not used in season 6. So things going in your favor for this season so far. And we have Nashville next week to look forward to, more specifically the fairgrounds. So your thoughts?
Yeah, not one of my favorite tracks, but I like to run it. It usually turns into a pretty good race, and it's not too bad of a short track feel. It's got you can get some runs on it, so maybe we'll see some 2-wide racing there.
Hopefully that is the case as well. So before we go ahead and let you go ahead and, as per usual, shout out who gets it done for you for that number 8 machine.
Yeah, my family, Travis and everybody else who helps out with this league, putting it on, or sponsors, you for doing a broadcast. Repeat 1975 is my spotter. Jones painting the designs on the paint scheme tonight. Everybody in the chat and everybody watching, thank you.
And thank you for your time as well. We'll talk to you again next week. Go ahead and go. We're not only going to show you the replay of the number 1 machine and his incident, but also the point standings as we head into.
I'm going to go ahead and cut it off there. Y'all have a good one.
So
see you tomorrow.